You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. What's up, people? What's going on? So, let me say this. If you are here on point from another country, I have no issue with that, to be honest. You're not doing certain things that you know you're not ought to do, then you should be here taking care of your business because you have also many Americans who are living overseas as well. If they do something wrong, there's consequences. If you come here from another country and you do something wrong here, there are consequences. Can we agree with that? If I were to move to another country and I do something wrong, there's consequences. Now, be as it may, not everybody that comes here are looking to start trouble. That said, what's really happening is that Trump is looking at the best interest for the American people. Now, I know the countries that is being banned is coming from people that are so-called black, right? I know that. It's not any other ethnicity. Now, here's the thing. There are talks about other ethnicity because he's adding on other ethnicity. It's just right now, the so-called black continents or one in particular black island, Haiti. And we know what's going on over there. And we know what's going on in these other African continents, right? We know what's going on. Now, there's a big community of Somalians in Minnesota. There's a big community of Arabians in California. You know what I'm saying? And also, there is a fluctuate of other ethnicities in New York, and the list goes on. What Trump is doing is removing the ones who are sinners, the ones who's causing problems in America. That's what the administration is really focusing on. Okay? And truth be told, a lot of these people from other countries are living more well than the average American person because they don't come here to depend long term on the government. Truth be told. The only time you're supposed to get help from the government is when you are in dire need. Like if you're handicapped, you can't see, you won't be able to function to the best of your ability. Even that, those people don't make excuses for themselves. So, he's doing what's best interest for the country. At the same time, I could agree with certain people that he's going after people that could be processed in due process of becoming a citizen. I could agree with that. There's some truth to that. If they come here and go through the due process and become an American citizen, they should not be bothered as long as they're not doing some foolishness. The point I'm trying to get to y'all is that if we're doing foolishness, there's consequences that comes to it. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm like this. If somebody comes from another country and they contribute to America and they take care of their family, that don't bother me because they're doing what they're supposed to do. If I go move to another country and I take care of business there and I'm not moving incorrectly, I shouldn't be bothered. I shouldn't be harassed. And so what Trump and his administration is pinpointing to the people is that there's a lot of savages that are here, men, women, and they use children, teenagers at most, to cause problems to the citizens, just like the American citizens that cause problems and havoc to their own people, to other ethnicities, needs to be apprehended and arrested. I will tell you this though, what's going to really end up happening is not only that the ones that's not from here going to be apprehended and move to these other countries, it's going to be a lot of people that's from here that's not on point. They're going to make them also go to another country to learn a valuable lesson. You get what I'm saying? So when I look at this whole thing, y'all, it's like, okay, he's doing this, why now? So let's look at the countries that it's banned. Let me get it ready. Let's talk about it. I will be looking at the chat in a minute. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's see what the 12 countries are. Okay. I got the map. I got it ready. I see Flatwood Studios in the house. I had to reset everything, Flatwood Studios. I had to reset everything. So that's what happened, fam. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Okay, so here we go. New restrictions to U.S. entry. So you have Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, Libya, Chad, Sudan, Congo, Togo, Houdini, Somalia, Yemen, Iran, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Manila, or Laos. So those are the countries right now at this point in time that's banned. So it's not only so-called black continents or islands, it's also so-called Latino continents or islands that is also being restricted to enter into the U.S. country. Now, let's read what it says. President Trump on Wednesday signed a proclamation barring travelers and immigrants from a dozen countries and restricting the entry of nationals of another 7 nations, citing concerns about national security. Mr. Trump's proclamation fully bans the entry of foreigners from Afghanistan, China, Chad, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. With certain exemptions, Mr. Trump ordered banned citizens of these countries seeking to come to the U.S. permanently as legal immigrants, as well as temporary visa holders like tourists. The president also partially suspended entry of travelers and immigrants from Benin, Cuba, Laos, Sri Lanka, Togo, immigrant in Venezuela. That part of his proclamation applies to all prospective immigrants or prospective immigrants from these countries with visas to settle in the U.S. permanently and certain temporarily visa holders. The ban is set to effect on June 9th. Mr. Trump said the sweeping entry restrictions were necessary to address concerns related to terrorism in the country. Listed in the order indicate vetting of the affected national and a lack of cooperation on deportation among some of the nations. Okay, let's continue. You're going to see ads pop up. President Trump is fulfilling his promise to protect Americans from dangerous foreign actors that want to come to our country and cause us harm. These common sense restrictions are country specific and include places that lack proper vetting, exhibit high visa overrate rates, or fail to share identity and threat information. President Trump will also act in the best interest of the American people and the safety. White House spokesman Abigail Jessing told CBS News. It also states that Mr. Trump's decree contains certain exemptions, including first, U.S. permanent residents, the spouses, and the children of U.S. citizens who have clear and convincing evidence of identity and family relations. So that's the men that are having women here, and they're not, American citizens, and they're having children here. So that's possible that the children will go with the mother to that other country, and possible the man that's born here. Afghans who assist American forces and have special visas, diplomat athletes, and dual nationality with passport from a country not listed in his. So here it is. If you're not elite, if you're not a diplomat, if you're not an athlete, and you don't have dual national with a passport from a country not listed in his proclamation, the announcement of the ban followed an attack Sunday in Boulder, Colorado, on marches raising international for Israelis taken hostage by Hamas. Okay, he was an Egyptian national who had overstayed his tourist visa. So what's happening is that this particular person that's from Egypt overstayed and done something in Colorado, what led to Mr. Trump banning these countries. Here's the thing. Not everybody that comes here across the border unrighteously, unlawfully, you may consider it, are doing anything wrong. It's just that a few make it bad for everybody. And that's just what it is. And so I don't think they're going after everybody. They're going after the people. They know who they are, and that's who they're going after. Because if they really want to do what I know they could do, it would have been done in 12 hours. It would have been done in 12 hours. So this lets me know that if you're not moving correctly, then you're going to have an issue in the future, regardless of who you are. All right, let's continue. Okay, it says, while Mr. Trump did not place any restriction on the entry of Egyptian nationals, his proclamation directed officials to assess vetting policies in light of recent events. In a video statement released by the White House Wednesday, Mr. Trump said the border attack uncensored the extreme danger possessed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come as temporary visitors and overstayed visas. We don't want them. Okay? He said the list could be reversed if countries make material improvements and new countries could be added as threats emerge. Mr. Trump's actions echo a series of travel ban issues during his first administration that initially target Already Muslim countries like these orders, its latest proclamation could be subject to lawsuits. In the first month of his term in 2017, signed a travel ban restricting the entry of most citizens of Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Yemen. The most triggered widespread outcry chaos at airport and legal changes from advocates who argued the ban was discriminatory. In March 2017, Mr. Trump removed Iraq from the list and added Chad, Venezuela, and North Korea. In 2020, he expanded the ban, added immigration restrictions for nationals of Nigeria, Eritrea, Sudan, Tanzania, Malawi, and Costa. Chad was later removed from the list. Okay. The third version of Mr. Trump's first term ban was legally upheld by the Supreme Court in the summer of 2023, with the conservative justice citing the president's broad authority to restrict the interior foreigners on national security grounds. The Biden administration scrapped that ban after it took office. Yep, it sure did. Okay. Let me see what's going on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, the internet is acting up, y'all. Service is not doing too good right now. For some reason, the service is not doing good. Let me know if y'all can hear me. The service is down right now. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I don't know if everything is going through clearly. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. My takeaway from this situation is that we're going into a change, and I was told Miami is a big change. It's a big change. The last time I was there, it's changed a lot, and I could tell it's changed a lot because when I was down there, it's changed. Yeah, a lot of Cubans have been removed because it's a lot of Cubans, to be honest, that be in Miami. I don't see as many of them in compared to a few months ago. And so it is happening. There's a video out there I'm going to react to where the guy said that he saw a quiet Saratoga because a lot of Cubans, Colombians, or Venezuelans go to Saratoga. And he saw that it was quiet. So it is true that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things happening, y'all. It's like if you're not in elite, this is what it all boils down to. If you're not an elite, you're going to have issues in the future. Let me say this to y'all. I spoke to my cousin in the Congress. I asked him this question. I said, let me ask you this question. I said, to be a true American, how much the average man must make and how much the average woman to help the man must make within 2 years. The reason why I asked him this is because I said that in order to stay afloat anywhere in the world, especially America, to be noticed, you have to at least be 6 figures. And he said that's correct. He said that if you're not close to making a median income in that particular state, you are considered a third-class citizen. You're not even considered middle class. There's no more middle class, y'all. Is what he's telling me. And then he brought up a movie that I said, yeah, I know about that movie. We talked about They Live. We talked about how the fallen ones are on YouTube. He said that's true. He said the fallen angels, the fallen sons, the fallen daughters, the fallen children are taking over YouTube. And it's interesting he said that because a few years back, from 2020 to 2022, I noticed some things started happening to people's live streams, and things been changed, things been missing. And he told me something that I already know. Let me tell you, content creators, what's going on. He said that how many people watching you, it's not how many, it's more people watching you than what they telling you. And the reason for that, the reason why they play with the numbers is because they don't want everybody to let go of the past. And he said that Americans, this is what he said. He said the majority of Americans love failure. This is coming from my cousin. And I said, why would you say that? Why do you believe that they love failure? He said, have you been noticing? He said, cuz if you was to talk about failure, not only you get a lot of views, not only you get a lot of support, people love to be broke. I said, what? I said, there's no way. No way. He said, I'm going to show you something. When he showed me what I saw, I said, oh my goodness. I said, wow. The America I know is gone. Yo, he said that the men, now this is true. This is very true. He said the men are okay of being broke and being under a woman's house for the rest of his days. He said, let me ask you this question. I said, what question you want to ask me? He said, who listens to you more, the women or the men? I said, uh-oh. Honestly speaking, I said the women listen to me more, and they seem more ready to win in the long term than the men for the most part. And the reason I know that's true is because Coach Greg Adams was correct. Men love women about business. How you doing, Trending? What's going on, Talia Mamba? He said, Rollo. He said, listen, you know who made me be in office? I said, who? He said, the women. He said his fellow men that he thought were cool didn't want him to be in office. The women seen the potential in him and they got him in office. He said a lot of men be sleeping on women's potential. Women could change everything with just one word. And that's true. I have to agree. That's true. A woman's word goes further than most men's words go further. That's a fact. That's a known fact. And he said that the women in America wants men from other countries to be their husbands in the future. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, I you think I'm joking? He said, you're gonna see it happening. And he showed me a data of women in America are willing to marry men from other countries on a high rate than successful men that's in America. I said, oh, guys, you have no clue. You wonder why the woman ain't thinking about you? You the last thought on her mind. You the last thought on her mind. Yo, I seen receipts, y'all. The women that's born in your country don't even see you as an opportunity to have children with in the future. This is serious. Yo, he said the white woman is number one on the list. I said, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a lot of white women into Middle Eastern men. They're into Asian men. They want to have babies by them on a higher. Bro, y'all have no clue. Woo. My message to the American men. We got a lot of work to do. You don't realize how far the women are done with you in America. And I ain't saying all. What's this got to do with the ban situation, Rollo? I'm glad you asked. Yo, talk to somebody in Minnesota. And he told me that every time he goes out, no, and here's the crazy part about the American woman and her, telling you she wants you to herself. Watch this. The American woman tell you, American man, that she know the Somalian man, the Arabic man, she know that he got wives at home. Guess what she does? She will marry him and help him bring his wives over to America and help them and be part of the family. And you so-called black men, you so-called white men, and you so-called men of America can't even get a woman to be with you and you have another woman. They don't even have, they know you capable of taking care of them. They don't want you, they'll be selfish with you. Yet when it comes to that man from another country, oh, they will give everything to him. So a lot of the white men are suffering in silence. A lot of the black men in Minnesota is suffering in silence. You're not even sought after no more. They're going after men in other countries. You're not even sought after no more. It's what my cousin was telling me. And he said this is by design, by the way. This is all by design. How many of you have seen in California, you've seen in New York, you've seen in Chicago, Detroit, that they pushing this interracial dating? They pushing women of substance to marry men from other countries. How many of you seen that? Put a 5 in the chat. If you live in these particular states, pay attention to the billboard. Pay attention to the billboard. Look at the NBA. You got Luka Doncic. You got number 34 from Milwaukee. You got the Joker in Colorado. You got Luka in LA. You got Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. You got old boy in San Antonio. You got Gillis Alexandris from OKC. And who they married to? Women from America. Women from America is throwing themselves at them. And you so-called black man, You get the most disrespect from your woman and from another woman, and you're not even. We think we're the sought after. That's not true, y'all. We're not the sought after like you think we are. And so I'm gonna have to talk about this because I noticed I hear the women's conversation and I'm like, oh man, they talking about, yo, you got women out there protesting right now in these cities about the men being banned. They ain't protesting for you, they protested for men in other countries. They're out there right now in LA, Los Angeles. They're out there in Los Angeles, they're out there in New York, they're out there in Chicago, they're out there in Detroit. The women that's born here are protesting for the men to stay in this country. Because they love drama. A lot of these ladies love drama, guys, in America. And you know what's happening, American men? You're not the drama, you're not the most drama men in the world no more. We're not the most drama. If you think about it, if you ask any woman, after this conversation, answer this question, what men in the world is bringing drama? She'll tell you men from other countries. Men from other countries are crazy than the men in America. And the women from America know this. The thing is, they're willing to take that chance with that crazy guy from another country. And Trump knows that certain men in other countries are wild. And the women are upset with Trump. Not the men for the most part, unless he kissing behind dude. He thinking that the American women want him. Yo, believe it or not, most American women love that wild side of you, y'all. They love that crazy side of you. Because they don't think that the American man has what it takes like he used to. Well, we know a lot of men has been emasculated. We know that, right? We know a lot of men in America has been emasculated. Can we agree with that? Can we agree that a lot of men in America has been emasculated? So now she's looking at other men as more wild, more appealing. He crazy. He'll do anything for her. And that's what the woman is going after. So Trump knows this. And he knows that it's more to it than what happened in Colorado. You have to look more into what I'm saying. American men, we're being replaced right before your eyes. And I have to tell you this because I've been around certain men of other ethnicities. Remember, I'm a traveler's man. And a traveler's man will tell you the truth, that we have to step our game up. Yo, these guys in these other countries are making our women do the heinous acts that you can't even get your woman to do for you. Trump is trying to ban the wildness of these men to bring that to America. Because believe it or not, most of these men from other countries, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm gonna show you a video. I'm gonna show you a video real quick. Let me show you something. Let's see if it's up on YouTube. And I'm not hating on these guys. I'm not hating on these guys. I'm just speaking the real. Hold on. Let me go to YouTube. Let's do this right now. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to find it. I ain't gonna listen. I ain't gonna listen to that. Hold on. Let me see what y'all saying. Yo, Forever Studios. The crazy part about it is, even in the NBA, in the NBA, they taking over, man. They taking over the market. They're promoting them more, and the women are more attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? They're attracted to who gets the most play. That's just what it is when it comes to these ladies, man. Real talk. Okay, I want you to listen to this. Here we go. Listen to this lady. I find something very interesting. All right, here we go. Listen.
This woman traveled to Bangkok, Thailand, and right at the airport, she made a very interesting observation about the passport bros.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy.
Now that she says a lot of white men, hold on a minute.
Black men from America that can't get no so they go to third world countries. I haven't seen a white yet. Are there white men in this? Because I feel like it's only
I guess it's a Western men thing, not just black men.
Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
You see? So she's saying that her men in America, the white man in America, see, the white man in America, most of them realize that they're not wanted, so they're going elsewhere. She's upset. The white one, listen, the women in America are realizing that they men, that they don't want, somebody else want them. See, ladies? You see what's happening? You didn't want the average guy, So the average man decided to go to get a woman overseas, and it's bothering them. So guess what? They took the initiative to say, if they could do it, we could do it. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. It's a how can I say this? We are the only ones that cannot be committed to each other, meaning the opposite sex. We cannot be committed to each other. So we take ourselves, well, most of you do, take yourselves to someone else to fill your need, both the man and the woman. And that's what's going on in America. We can't even fulfill each other's needs with the opposite sex the way we're supposed to. We're constantly fighting over things that don't make sense. That's why the other people in other countries are coming over and taking over what belongs to you. Their women and their men are, this is what my cousin said. He said the men made it easier for the other men to get the American woman's economics and the men's economics. Yo, man, these people, for the most part, in other places, they don't care for you as long as you have money and you have some type of status, or they'll be into you. If you don't have that, they're gone. One thing about the American woman, though, she'll stay around a little bit longer than the American man. It all depends on who you talk to. I mean, the ban is more bigger than the crime. It's more about them procreating with the white woman, procreating with American women. And that's where the issue is. That's why if you look at the Yemen, these other men, they have like 40, 50 kids in another country, y'all. Yo, they talk about us. No, man. I talked to this Arabian guy. He told me, when I was in New York, he said, man, I got 40 kids. I said, 40? What? Yo, they populating like crazy. Let's see what the average black man having of kids. Let's look at this. Let's see the average black man of having children. Hold on, the average. Notice I said the average. The average black man having kids. Let's look at this, because this has a lot to do with that of the banning too. Okay. Let's do this. Let me do this. Let me move this. We got it ready. All right, here we go. Let's get to, we're going to get it right now. All right. It says on average, black men have or expect to have 2.4 children. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, it's not doing it the way I thought it would do it. Okay, let's go here. Let's do this then. Here we go. When I put white man, it gives everybody. So let's do this. Okay, let's go to Census Bureau release. Okay, all right, let's do this. About 61.6% of men at age 15 and over are fatherless. Ooh, man, that's a lot. It says, of those, 72.2 million men have a biological child. Okay. Let's see. It says 72.2 million fathers, 5.9 million, 8.2% have never been married. About 73.4 of fathers are married, 12.9 divorced, 3.2 are widowed, and 2.3 are separated. Race, about 1% of white, Asian, and Hispanic men ages 15 to 19 are fathers, compared with 3% of black men of the same age. So the teenagers of black men have more children than the other counterparts. It says among men ages 20 to 29, 21.2% of white men, 24.9% of black men, 12.4% of Asian men, and 29.4% of Hispanic men are fathers. Yeah, the quote unquote Hispanic men are fathers. Yeah, they have a lot of kids. Okay. Now this says about 40% of fathers do not have a high school diploma, and roughly 12% of fathers hold a graduate or professional degree. Among men ages 40 to 50 years, men with a bachelor's degree are less likely to have children. Uh-oh. I gotta listen. Look at this. Look at this. It says among men ages 40 to 50 years, men with a bachelor's degree are less likely to have children than men with less than a high school diploma. So what's happening is, fellas and ladies, is that the men with money are having less children than the men that don't have money. Can we agree with that? Can we agree the men that are having kids right now don't even have money like that in comparison to the men that have? It seems like the more money the men have and haven't got married in America don't want to have children with any woman. That's what's going on. And so the women want to have kids. So they know the men in other countries are not making that much money. Some do, some don't. It's like in America. And they prefer to take the chance of dealing with a man in another country than dealing with you. Because the men that got their stuff together, they really don't want to have kids right now with a woman in America or in another country. And we know Trump is a family man. We know most of these world leaders are family men. And so what's happening is that these men of other countries, they believe in having children, even if they're not rich, even if they broke. The women don't mind having children with them. I will say this. It's a clash. It's a clash. At the same time, it has to be a change for a man to trust a woman to have a child with her, because with this child support thing and all this other stuff going on, I think that's the reason why the American man, for the most part, is having children with women overseas. The problem with that is, if you're not responsible now, there's certain other countries you have to pay child support in: the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, and I'm hearing Jamaica starting to do it. So you American men, if you have children overseas and you're not taking care of that kid, man, they coming after you, because especially if you got money. Man, this is going to be interesting, y'all. More countries will be at it, and I tell you, this has a lot to do with who's having children, who's not having children, and a lot of men in America is not having children right now with the women in America. I was speaking to a few ladies. They're like, man, my man, I've been with my man for a few years. We ain't got no kids. I said, what? It's a lot going on, man. Yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. If you supported the Cash App, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'll shout you out in the next video. If you supported the Venmo, I'll shout you out in the next video. I got a lot of things I need to do. I know I talk about something else. This has a lot to do with this banning. Truth of the matter is more to it than the crimes that these people are committing. It's more of these guys are having children with a lot of ladies in America, and it's not coming from an American man for the most part. The American man is having children with women in other parts of the world, and so the men are now going after the American women from other countries. That's what's going on, y'all. The men are tired of their own women, and they're going after women of other ethnicity or other countries. That's what's going on right now. That's the economic norm right now. The women from America, most of them, are having babies with men from other countries. And the men are having babies with women from other countries. You see it even on the internet. We don't have to say names. Both parties are doing it. Doesn't matter the culture. People are not really getting with each other like they used to in America. I'm going to tell you this before I go. If you come down here or you go to certain other southern states, that's not that far different than the North. I'm gonna say that there it is right there. I'm gonna put that on the screen. You just said a mouthful, Forever Studio. The world as a whole tired of their own women. There's a lot of truth to that, man. We live in a time such as never before, y'all. People 10, 15 years ago would not even thought about dealing with other women. This is serious, man. Yep. Yeah. This is Forever Studio. It's happening, especially on the internet, because now they can see you on the internet. So you might have a Middle Eastern woman into you. You might have an Asian woman into you. You might have a woman from another country into you than a woman that is right in front of you from America. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. And then an American woman, she can't get an American man, and some man from another country is willing to sweep off her feet. Yep. What's up, Corey? This stuff is real, y'all. It's real. It's like, wow, it's really happening in real time, y'all. It's really happening in real time. So my final assessment on the Trump thing is that he basically wants to keep Americans with Americans. The thing with that is that most Americans ain't trying to deal with Americans anymore. Can we all agree with that? That's what we're seeing right now. Like most men, most women in America cannot get along with each other for whatever reason. It seems like both parties have said, we don't want to have the American man and we don't want to have the American woman. We want something else. And then the other countries, they don't want to have their women. They want to deal with women from another ethnicity. That's what's going on right now. Just like in the days of Noah. Marry unto married, marry unto other married. That's what's going on right now in front of our eyes, y'all. I seen a lot of Asian men with sisters. I seen a lot of Asian men with sisters now. No cap. No cap. And I mean, the sisters are fine. And I'm not trying to stop anybody from being who they want to be with. This is a growing trend. You brothers don't realize because you're not see the thing with you. The South needs to come to Florida. You need to in Florida, it's more you see more of it than you probably will see it in Alabama or Mississippi. You'll see it's starting to pick up in Georgia a lot more now. This internet has opened uh it gives women and men opportunities to deal with other ethnicities. That's what's going on, man. And so that's why we're seeing this migration thing going on. Because, man, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. Yep. So y'all tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the I'm looking forward to seeing what the fellas and ladies got to say in the comment section. I can't wait to see what you got to say. I got some footage for y'all. I'm not going to say what it is, so be on the lookout in the shorts community. I'm going to upload last night's event after where I went to my members only. So be on the lookout for that. You know, y'all enjoy the rest of your day/night. You know, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Like I said, if y'all support it, appreciate it. I'll shout you on the next video. You know, got so much work to do, y'all. So much work to do. And so let me get to it, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Brown royalty to the people. We the business.